it should be uploaded in Google Classroom, which has been created by Sandeep sir yesterday. And the assignment will be it's been created, wherein you need to upload your source code as well as the screenshot of your result. So those things you are supposed to upload, and it will be evaluated in a regular basis. Continuous process evaluate agutte, and the marks will be given in the same manner. IA marks, it will be in the same approach. So those who are going to submit the specified assignment in the deadline, okay, it will be checked whether it's correct or not. Then, if it is correct, the marks will be awarded for them properly. So that is the thing. In that manner, we are going to evaluate your IM marks for time being. Right now, Aarti ma'am is there with us, and Sandeep sir also is going to admit very soon to the session. Before taking the lab assignment, I want to talk about the softwares which we need for this lab. Okay, I will understand quickly about those softwares, and I'll also show how exactly we need to install those things and how to use those softwares in order to execute our lab assignments. We need mainly here two softwares for our lab. The first one, it's JDK, okay, Java Development Kit. We need in order to get the JDK, we need to go. Go to our browser. Okay, in that, you simply give the search as like this. Okay, JDK download for Windows. You just give the search like this, and it will give the result. Okay, a number of results will come. You need to pick the result from oracle.com. Go to this oracle.com, and here we have Oracle JDK download anta ide. You just click on this link. Here we will be getting JDK for different OS. Linux ಇದೆ, Mac ಇದೆ, and we have for Windows. Okay, in this, if you're working in Windows, you choose this JDK 64-bit system. If you're working in Mac, you choose this thing. If you're working in Linux, you choose appropriate JDK. We have two kind of things here: .exe and .zip. Whichever you need, you just get those things. After having a JDK with you, you need to install that by double clicking on it. Just double click and choose the appropriate path. Choose ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು you start working on it. Okay, so like that, I need to get the JDK. So let me show. If I have JDK software with me, I will try to show the thing. I don't have JDK. It's been installed, but I don't have that software with me. So what exactly we need to do? As I said, after getting that exe file, you're supposed to click on that exe file, and it's as usual manner installing the software. To check the path properly, then keep on clicking next. Okay, path and check ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ where exactly you need to save your Java. Okay, it will be always in default folder. They choose ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ program files. In that you'll be getting Java. So this is the path by default. It will choose C drive. If you have your OS in C drive program files 86-bit system. Then it's 86. Okay, 64. Then we have the Java as a folder. In that we will be getting what the JDK. Okay, JDK illa andre in some cases you may be having your Java in program files. So here I have in my case. So this is C program files and Java. In this I have JDK. So this is the JDK. And we need to, after getting this folder, we just make sure that in bin folder, we have this Java C. Okay, you can see here Java C and one more file called Java. ಎರಡು ಇರಬೇಕು. So these two are mandate. Java C for compilation. Then we need Java for execution. Okay, ಎರಡು ಬೇಕು. We need to have these two things, Java C and Java. We'll show how exactly we can execute the program by using the notepad first. Then we'll go for executing the thing by using Eclipse. So let me demonstrate a simple program execution by using notepad. If you won't have IDE, okay, integrated development environment like Eclipse ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, and no need to worry about the ID. You can even execute the program of Java by using a notepad. Okay, let's proceed for executing a simple Java program with the help of a notepad. So before executing, we need to check in the command prompt. After installing the Java, we need to take the command prompt. So command prompt ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು here you need to give the command here. You just give the command as Java C. Understand? You have to give the command Java C. After giving this command, you need to get a set of statements. A set of statements ಈ ತರ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಈ ತರ ಬಂದ್ರೆ Java C it's available ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, Java C it's available ಅಂತ. If it is not there, then you will be getting what some message. For example, if I give some dummy command, you can see a Java C HDF it has not been recognized either as internal or external command. ಈ ತರ ಎರರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ನೀವು ಜಾವಾ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಾತ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, okay, if it has been configured properly after installation, automatically we will get this thing. So we need to get this. Okay, now sorry, confirm ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So then only we can execute the program by using the notepad. Understood? So after confirming this thing, then you can go and create your simple Java files by using what notepad. So we'll create a simple Java program by using notepad. I'm in this path, DAA lab anta ide. So here I will create one Java program file. It's a text file. Basically it's a text file. But immediately you save this file as save as anta click ಮಾಡಿ and give the file name here. We'll give the file name as hello.java. Okay, this is the thing you're supposed to give. The extension of the file should be .java. Understand? So as soon as you give the extension as .java, so it will be saved as a Java file. Okay, the same thing you can see here. This is hello.java. Okay, type is Java file. So after saving it, you can start giving the code. So I will simply display one message here. Okay, so class hello. Remember the class name, it should be always the same as file name. Whatever the file name here you can see, I have given the file name as hello. So the class name it should be same as a file name. It is mandate. Nodಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, the class name it should be same as a hello. And remember, we can also have more than one class in the file. ಅವಾಗ ಯಾವ ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಏನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. This is the thing. So right now we have file name as hello, and the same thing we are supposed to give here. So after this one, we need to have a main method. So in order to have the main method, we have a proper approach in Java. We need to follow that one. Public static void main. Okay. So this is the approach we are supposed to use in order to give the main method. Then we have args. Okay. So here we need to start defining what the body of this main method. So under class hello, we have the main method. This is the main method. The main method is void main. The return type of this function is void. So we have taken it as a static because we can access this main without creating the object for this class. So and we are also given the specifier, access specifier as public, because we can access it throughout wherever we need. For that purpose, it's a public. Static, as I said, we can access the member without the class name. We have done this in C++. This is the return type, and this is the method name, main method. And here we have string args. It is for reading the command line arguments. Okay, if you want to read command line argument, then we have to take the help of this one. Let me explain this part later. Okay. So now after this one, we need to display the content on the console. So in order to display the content on the console in C, we used we use a function called printf. Okay, when we come to C++, we will be using the function called C out, right? In the same way, when you're talking about Java, okay, so we have a different approach. Uh, Let me see, some of your friends are waiting. Admit them. Okay. Yeah. In order to display the content on the console in Java, we have the approach called system.out.println. System.out.println. So we need to use this method, and here we can give the message hello world. Okay. So this is the thing we are supposed to use. For print, it's in the case of C, we used to have printf here, and in the case of C++, we used to have cout. But in the case of Java, it's a println. But this function, it's available in the variable called out of system class. This is a system class, and this is the member of it. And within this member, we have this function. Okay, as we have cout and cin from iStream and ostream class of iostream.h. Okay, iostream.h and iStream ಮತ್ತು ostream ಇದೆ. ಅದರದ್ದು variables it's cout and cin. In the same way, we have a complete path like this for println of Java. Okay, system, it's a super class. Under this one, we have object for output stream, that is out, and in this object we have a method. It's called println. It's output stream another class. For that output stream, we have the object called out, and in that class we have the method called println. Okay, so that complete thing we have used here, and the message we want to display on the console, it's a hello world. So we have given the statement. Then in order to use this system.out.println, we need to import one package here. So as we are going to include in C and C++ as hash include. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾವಾಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ we are supposed to use the term called import. Understand? So we need to use the term called import, and we have a number of packages here. So we'll brief about those things in the coming class. So right now we have the package here in Java by the name called lang. Okay, this lang, it's having what all these classes in it. System class ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. And this is the keyword in order to have this namespace. ಈ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ in ಜಾವಾದಲ್ಲಿ. So we have the keyword called import. But in C or C++, we will be using something called hash include. Okay, so that's it. We have the import package. Then we have a class here. This is the class, and this is the main method of it. Then this is the definition of this main method. We are displaying this message. So we'll save this one. Okay, we'll save this one. Before compiling, let me elaborate some of the important thing with respect to syntax here. Observe here, in Java, if you have a class name, in Java, always that class name first letter, it should be caps. For the mandate, follow it again. So that's why intentionally I made this as a caps. Okay, and here also, if you observe carefully, we have in Java the object called strings. It is going to depict the string variable. Okay. It's a class. String, it's a class. So S should be caps. And I also talked about system. It's a super class, inheritance concept. So here, as it's a super class, basically it's a class. So S should be caps. Understand? And the method name will be in a small case itself. Okay. Camel case actually. Now it will be like this. So always class name first letter will begin with caps. Remember. Understand? ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. So we'll save this one. So after saving, in order to execute this one with the help of a command prompt, so we need to switch to this directory. I have shown the directory. This is the directory. D drive in that E academic Java 2020-21 DAA lab. So I need to switch to this directory. So we'll switch to the directory. Right now I am in C drive. I'll switch to D drive. Okay. And here I'll give CD this path, CD D drive. So now I am in this path. cursor blink ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So we can list the content. Okay, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. We can give what directory DAA command we can give, and we can see the content in it. We have the file called hello.java. Okay, so now I want to compile this one. So in order to compile a Java program, so we have the command. So we have the command in order to compile in Java. In order to compile the Java program. So Java program compile ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ we have the command called Java C. Okay, so remember. So this is the command we are supposed to use. Java C. What is C? C is for C is nothing but compiler. Okay, and in order to execute the Java program, we have the command called Java. Okay, what is the syntax in order to compile the program by using Java? So the syntax it's like this: Java C followed by the file name. Okay, the file name with the extension called .java. Okay, it ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. Understood? So whenever you give the Java C followed by the space, then followed by the file name .java. So now it's a basically this file, it's a source code. It's a source code. Understood? This is source code. And now what happens after compilation? So it will generate what an intermediate code after successful compilation. So it is going to generate what an intermediate code. Okay. So this is said to be what intermediate code. Okay, and sometimes we'll be saying it as a bytecode. Understood? So the bytecode in the sense it is not actually a machine code. Machine code convert ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ we have the command called Java. Okay, so use the command called Java. It is going to convert to the machine code, and there is nothing but what execution. Java followed by the that bytecode. Okay, bytecode always it is going to have the file name as same as this file name. ಈ ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಏನೈತಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ತರ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಮೇನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಬೈಟ್ ಕೋಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಡಾಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೈಟ್ ಕೋಡ್. ಸೊ ದ ಬೈಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ extension will be dot class. Okay, then by using what this class name we can execute that program. So how to execute? Use the command called the Java followed by give the class name. What is the class name? It's a file name. Okay, don't give the extension. No need to give the extension here. Simply give the file name and click what enter. Illu ashte .java ಕೊಟ್ಮೇಲೆ enter ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, so if it is successful after compilation, if it is successful, then only we will get the intermediate code. It is said to be bytecode. Bytecode it is going to have the file name as a class with a main method. ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ main method ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಫೈಲ್ that class name will act as a file name with a extension called dot class. Okay, then we can use this intermediate code in order to execute the Java program by using the command Java. Then give the class name here. Class name ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, but don't give the extension. Okay, given what the same thing ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಅಂಕೆ ಇದೆ, but focus ಮಾಡಿ extension. So this is source code and this is the intermediate, and after this one you will be getting the machine code. Execution time on machine code agutte binary. Okay, so let's compile this part. In order to compile, we'll clear the screen. We'll give the command Java C followed by hello.java. Okay, so it's been compiling. If you have any error, we will get the error message. Right now we are not having any error message. So I will show the class file in my folder, as you can see here. So this is the source code, and we have the intermediate code. It's a class. Understood? So now we can use this class file in order to execute the program in any platforms. So right now I'm in Windows. So if you want to execute now this program in Mac system, Mac OS, or in Linux OS, we can use this class. We can take this class directly and we can go and execute the program. But if you have a source code and if you want to execute this source code in other platforms, it's not possible. We can have what this class. We can have this class with us and we can execute this program with the help of this class in any OS. That is our beauty of this Java. Because of this intermediate code, we can have what the execution of Java code in any platform. That's why we will say Java it's a platform independent programming language. Okay, so here we have a class file. Okay, now I will use this class file in order to execute the program. So in order to execute the program, as I said, we need to use a command called Java, followed by you have to give the class name. So right now we have the source code file name as hello, and the class name is also hello, because we have only one class, and in that class we have main method. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Suppose if you have some other class, and in that class if you have the main method, then we will get that class name as the class name for our bytecode. Okay, so here we have hello.class. So now I will be using that and I will be executing. So while executing, don't try to give dot class here. Extension code body, only give the command Java followed by the class name. No need to give the extension. So this is the thing we are able to get. We have error here. Whether it's been, please check your expression. So we have some issue with the installation. Java runtime problem is there. Okay. I'm supposed to reinstall this software, it seems, because of issue with the JRE, Java runtime error. Anyway, we will see the same thing with our IDE, that is Eclipse. I'll work on it. You can see here, I'm unable to get JRE in this folder. I have Java. Along this Java, I need to have what JRE. So that part it's been missed here. Anyway, let's try the same thing with our Eclipse. So as I said, if the JDK with the JRE it's for executing the bytecode. Okay, it's been if it has been installed in a proper path, and if it has been set in an environment variable properly, then we can access what it in a global way. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, mostly we have issue with the path. Okay, path set ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Anyway, let me take the execution with help of JRE, the local folder itself. We have program files in this Java JRE. So here we have Java, it seems. So we have Java here. Okay. So let me have this file here, and we will execute it. This is the path. So we need to have both JDK and JRE. JRE ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ runtime execution ಇರುತ್ತೆ. JRE ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ತರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I will try to execute it. So we will only copy this class. Copy that class, and I will place that in JRE. This is JRE. And this I will paste. Okay. Continue. So it's been copied and pasted in this path. Now I'll switch to this path. C drive, then CD. Okay, I'm in this JRE now. Let me execute Java. It's available. CLS. Now executing with hello. Again, we have issue with the JRE. It's not been installed properly, it seems. Java runtime recognizes class name version. Okay. Let me execute the same thing with the help of ID. Okay, we have issue with the JRE itself. Anyway, after installing successful installation of a JDK in your system, you try ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ you need to execute in the command prompt. Command prompt will execute you need to first compile it by using Java C, then execute by using Java as the command. So in my case, it's not executing because of Java runtime issue. Okay, JRE. We will execute the same thing now with the help of IDE. Okay, how to execute with the help of IDE? In order to execute the things that is Java program with IDE, we have number of IDEs for it. In my case, in our case, we will be executing the Java program by using the IDE called Eclipse. Okay, Eclipse use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We have what some other IDE itself. Oracle ಅವ್ರದೇ ಒಂದು IDE ಇದೆ, NetBeans ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. We can also use what those IDEs. Okay, and we can also execute Java programs by using what Visual Studio. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಇದೆ IDE. We can also use what those things in order to execute the Java program. But here, for our lab assignment and discussing with respect to Java, so we will be doing the execution by using the IDE called Eclipse. So in order to install the Eclipse, you just go to Chrome or any other browser and give the search as Eclipse. Okay? Eclipse download for Windows. Okay, if you have Windows 10, I can give Windows 10. If I put it, then you will be taken to the search result. In that, you choose eclipse.org. So take this org, and here we'll be getting what the download. So you download this one. This is the latest version of Eclipse IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. After downloading it, you need to install. So this Eclipse software have been installed. Okay, ನಾನು install ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Recently I have installed, so I have that Eclipse software with me. So simply double click on this one. So double click ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ path. It is going to ask the path. Then again same thing. Next. You need to do like that. Okay. So now in my case, it's been already installed. So I'll simply cancel this installation process. After installing, you will be getting a icon on the desktop. This is a shortcut icon. Sorry, ಬಂದಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ just get that shortcut icon on the desktop. Okay, program files ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು Eclipse ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. You just get that icon on the desktop because you will be using this thing regularly. Okay, so we'll close this installation process. We have already been installed. Okay, so after installing, you just double click on it. So from here onwards, you are supposed to be very attentive because we will be using this IDE itself for our execution. Okay, notepad ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. If you want to have IDE with you, how to execute the things by using notepad ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So before that, you need to have our Java software properly installed with JRE. Okay? ನೋಡೋಣ Eclipse ನಮ್ದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Else we will go and install JDK once again. So when you launch Eclipse, initially it is going to ask for the workspace. So ಯಾವ workspace ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳುತ್ತೆ. Let me create one folder here. It's been already created in my case. So I have created a folder by the name called DAA lab. So one folder ಈ ತರ create ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. In your case, you create a folder by your USN. Okay, you need to have a folder by your USN initially in your system. Okay, then you have to pick that folder as a workspace. That is the first thing. Here it's asking for the workspace, so we'll just browse the workspace and I will switch to the directory. This is the first thing you are supposed to do. So we'll pick the directory. Okay, this is the directory. I have picked it. Okay, so you need to choose the workspace. So after choosing the workspace, then you need to launch the Eclipse. Okay, so it's been launching. So let's execute the program directly. It'll execute my first. Then we will deal with some sample programs and immediately lab assignment. It will take a few seconds, a few minutes in order to launch this one. So this is the new version we have with us, Eclipse IDE 2021-03. After launching this workspace successfully, we will be getting this welcome page. Welcome page ಬರುತ್ತೆ. You need to simply ignore it. Simply ignore it. Then after this one, here it will ask you to create a project. Okay, so you are not supposed to get directly Java programs in Eclipse. Whatever the things you want to get with respect to Java program, you need to get it inside the Java project itself. Okay. So first thing and far most important thing, after launching the Eclipse with a workspace, you need to create a Java project. Okay. Need a point to work with again. So first thing, you need to have a directory by your USN, and after launching Eclipse, you need to choose that particular directory. Okay, a workspace ಅನ್ನು correct directory select ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು launch ಮಾಡಿ, and after that you need to create a Java project. Okay, in order to create a Java project, click on this link, create a Java project ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. Otherwise you can go to file, then new. Here also you will be getting Java project. Okay, so let's pick this itself. And after picking this, you will be asking for giving the project name. Okay, we'll give the project name as DAA. Understood? So DAA programs. I'll give like this, DAA programs. So and immediately then it is going to ask for the execution environment GRE. So it has been taken default. Let it be as it is. Then you click on next. No need to do anything, only give the project name. Then it is going to get what SRC folder, subfolder in it automatically, the source code folder. Then you finish it. Understand? Okay. Don't create. If it is asking for the module, you say don't create. Understand? So this is the thing you are able to get, and the same thing you can see in your folder. So DA lab we have the project called DA programs. So under this one we have a folder called SRC. Idralli nim source file irutte, and this is all about the execution, all those things. No need to worry about that one. We need to focus on what? SRC, source files. Okay, or source codes. Everything will be there in this folder itself under our project. This is our workspace project and the source code in it. So now we have Eclipse with us, with our project in the source code folder. So let's create that hello Java program. Okay, let's deal with that program. So in order to create a new class, so on this SRC you take right click ಮಾಡಿ, then you click on class. Okay, click on class, and here it will ask for the class. I will give the class as hello. Give the class as hello. The modifiers let it be public. Okay, and the package it's going to get by default lang. And here inherited abstract methods, you remove this one, and here you get this public static void method, string or guess. Understand? It will be getting this method in this class automatically. So this is the class name. Under this class name it will get this method, but no definition in iralla. So I will simply finish it. So after finishing, we will be getting the Java file. This is the Java file, hello.java, and here we have what the same thing, public class hello, and we have the method in it. Okay, so this is the method, public static void main. It's been generated automatically, but no definition in it. Now I'll give the definition. So in order to give the definition, we'll write the same statement, system dot out dot println. I think it's visible to you. Println, and here I will give the message as hello world. Each and every statement should be ended with now it's visible. Zoom ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. So this is the thing. Import, if you wish to give, you can give, but it's been already taken by default while creating the Java file. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತಗೊಂಡಿತ್ತು import java.lang.object ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So no need to give that once again. Okay, so it's been taken, system.out.println. Then after this one, we need to run this. Okay, click on run hello.java on this icon. So it will automatically compile. So this is the output. Understand? So it's been compiled and it's been executed. And if you wish to see the class, okay, class name under DAA program, we have this SRC. SRC is Java ಇದೆ. And if you wish to see that class under bin, we have that class as it's an intermediate code. Understood? ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? So go to your project. There we have two folders, bin and SRC. In SRC, we will be having the source code, only source code, and the execution intermediate code. It will be there in the bin. So this bin folder, it will be having all class files, and you can execute this class in any OS. Right now, I'm executing in Windows. We can execute in Mac OS, okay, or Linux like that. It's left to you. So then you can get the output here. So we have everything in the same environment. That's why we say this is an integrated environment, development environment. We have editor here, we have compilation, and we have execution, and we can see the output here. So everything is available. Understand? So that's why we'll say it as a integrated development environment. And this is all about this hello.java. So we have this method. String args. Coming to the string args, it is mainly meant for reading the inputs through command line arguments. Okay, so I will show this part once my command prompt execution it's been successful. It will be discussed in the regular class itself. Right now I have issue with that command prompt execution. Anyway, I'll talk about this command line arguments in the coming class. Okay. So right now, this is a simple program or a sample program with respect to what executing a simple Java hello world message on the console by using what? This Java statement, system.out.println. So now, in the same way, if you wish to perform what reading some data and if you wish to display that data on the console. So if you want to read something by using C, we will be using the scanner. And if you want to read something by using C++, we will be using Cin. And in the same way, if you want to read something from Java, then we have what number of approaches. But here I will be using the approach by taking the help of one class. We have one class. With the help of that class, we will start reading the thing with the help of a keyboard. Okay. So in order to read the thing with the help of keyboard, so we need to have what one class. Okay, we need to take the help of a class, and that class name it's called scanner. Okay, so scanner and the one class is that we need to take the help of that scanner class. By creating that the object for that scanner class, we can easily read data from the keyboard. Okay, so scanner, it's a class, and we can create object for the scanner as I have discussed in C++. Scanner is the class, and this is the object name, followed by new scanner. Okay, so new scanner, and it will take one parameter. The parameter is system.in. Okay, system.in in the sense it is input. Okay, and in the same way, if you want to display something on the console, then we can use what out with the help of scanner. So here, when I take the help of the scanner, and if I want to create an object for the scanner, we have what error. Okay, error the scanner it is not been resolved. Okay, that scanner cannot be resolved to our type. Scanner but we know that scanner it's a class. Okay, but where exactly this class it is there? Remember, this class it is not in the default lang package, java.lang. It is there in the package called util. Okay, util and one package is that package it is having scanner. Understand? So as you can see here, when I give dot, yes, we can get the scanner. So this is the thing. Got it? So we need to import this scanner class. Then this error message will be vanished. Okay, the error message over. So now by using this yes, we can read the thing, and after reading we can display the thing by using what this statement system.out.println. So let me take one variable int a. Okay, then we will give one message, system dot out dot println, and here we'll give the message, enter a value of a. Okay, enter value of a. Then we can take the new line character, and here in order to read, we have to take the help of a scanner object. Okay, so we have scanner object with us. We will take the help of that, and we will read for the variable. So how to read? A is equals to s dot. We have the method called in it next extent of the method is. Okay, remember, a it's a variable, and s it's an object. It's an object. Then in this scanner class, we have the method called nextInt in order to read the integer value. Okay, in order, if you want to read the double, we have next double. If you want to read the float, next float. If you want to read character, we have next. Okay, next the next line. It is for string, like that. We have a number of methods in it. Okay, you can see all those methods. When I give dot after s, if I give dot, we will be seeing the list here. So full list ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Then ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು, we need this one. You can click on it. That's it. Okay, this is the beauty of IDE. So we have a is equals to s dot next in. This is for reading the value for variable a. Then after this one, we will display the value of a. Okay, in order to display system.out.println, a is equals to we can display the value in the next line. System.out.println. Okay, we can display the value here. Understand? So we can get the things like this. We'll save this, then we'll run, and here it will ask for the value for a. So we'll give the value for a as 20, and it will be displayed. A is equals to 20. But here, if you observe carefully, we are unable to get what a is equals to 20 in the single line. This is because of this function println. Println in the sense it will print the content on the line, and after that it will breaks that line to the next line. That is new line ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. So in order to get the things in a single line, we will simply remove that ln ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So then we can get what things on the same line. Okay. 40. We can see a is equal to 40. So print ln, it is going to display the content, and it will place the cursor to the next line. Unless ಅದೇ line ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, then you need to use what? Print. Then one more thing, sir. How can I display this a in the same line with the help of this same statements? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. One for a is equals to, and one more for displaying the value. If you want to display a is equals to that value 10 by using only one statement, so we can do that thing in Java by using what? The operator called concatenation operator, plus use ಮಾಡಿ. Then we need to take the thing like this. Understand? So we need to do the thing like this in Java, again, because in Java we don't have format specifiers ಇಲ್ಲ, grammar separators, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಈ ತರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So directly we need to get what the things like by using what concatenation operator. Plus is nothing but what? Concatenating the string. So this is a is equals to, and here we have what? A. What is a? It's a value. Okay, that is whatever the value we will read, it will be there in this one, and it will be concatenated using what? Plus. Okay, so this, while concatenating, it's a string, and this value whatever we have here, that will be also converted to a string. Then it will does what? A concatenation. Okay, so ತುಂಬಾ internal process ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ನೀವು ಏನು worry ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. So in order to display the content right now, we need to use what? Plus here. So we'll again run the program. Okay, we'll give 50, and this is the thing, a is equals to. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಸರ್? ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. So this is the thing. Am I clear? So in this particular program, we have understood how to read value for the variable with the help of a scanner. Okay, how to declare variables and how to display the variables by using this concatenation operator. Fine. So now for this moment, we are able to understand the reading and displaying process with respect to the Java. Let's proceed for our lab assignment with the help of this basics. Just basics itkondu now lab program discuss ಮಾಡೋಣ. Okay. Before that, let me show one more important thing. If you wish to read a string in C or C++, okay, I need to have variable here, right? So, but what is the type of that variable? If you want to read a string in C or C++, how to read? So, what should be the variable type?
Character.
Character array. It's not character, so it should be character array, right? In the case of C or C++, we should have a character array with some size like this. But in Java, we have one class by the name called string. So with the help of this object, we can have what the approach like reading or declaring a variable as a string directly. Okay. For example, if I want to have the variable as name of type string in Java, I can have what directly like the string name ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. But if you want to have the same thing in your C or C++, I need to have it as a character array. ಒಂದು character array ತಗೊಂಡು ಈ ಥರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. But in Java, directly we can have the thing with the help of a class called string. Remember, string it's a class. So that's why S should be caps. Lost string array antide S it's a caps. This is also string, it's a caps. Understood? So if you have a string and if you wish to read what a string, again with the help of a scanner, if you want to read the string, then we can use the function with respect to S. Okay, now no need to take the next thing. So instead of that, we have the next. Okay. So you will note dot next dot ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. If you n, it is a string. So in order to read the string, you take what next. So now here enter value of a. Other than enter the name of the. Understand? Enter the name, and the name is okay. The name is that's it. And one more important thing. You need to observe here. If you have anything as a mistake, another mistake ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So right in that position, point you will be able to see what an error message. So this is the one more thing with respect to ID you can understand. So no need to worry about what like getting the error after compiling. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ error. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you can get what this thing. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಈ ಥರ ಬಲ್ಬ್ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊ. When you place this icon, cursor mouse cursor ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ you can see AME cannot be returned to a variable. Okay, and even you can also see the error message underline ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, and even you can also see the error message ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Understand? So we have what number of approaches to identify the issues or the errors with respect to what our source code. Okay, ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Compilation approach, that is compiling your program will be done on the go. Okay, compilation ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So now I have name and I've given the message and I want to read the name. And this is for displaying that name. So we'll save this, then we'll run it. So it's asking for the name. So we'll give the name as we'll give the name something like this, and this is the result. So name is equal to A. I think you can understand this whole process. So in order to read the string, this is the output string. Okay. So now with the help of all these basics, we will proceed for executing the first lab assignment with respect to our syllabus. Okay. So sufficient it seems. Another ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ we'll explain there itself. Okay. So let's go through the syllabus of this DAA lab. So this is the syllabus. So we have the name of this lab as Design and Analysis of Laboratory Algorithm, and this is code, the duration, and these are all the course learning objectives. So design and implement various algorithms in Java, employ various design strategies for problem solving, measure and compare the performance of different algorithms. Okay, we will be doing all these things. And a description, design, develop and implement the specified algorithm for following problems using Java language under Linux or Windows environment. Okay, and you can also use the IDE either NetBeans or Eclipse or IntelliJ You can use any of this thing as IDE, but in our case we are using here Windows, and I'll be using this as IDE. Okay, it can be used for development and demonstration. Installation procedure for the required software must be demonstrated. As I said, we had to create one JDK and Eclipse. Okay, the groups are layered, but now we are doing together. Google Meet on that side. Andre, I can do. If you get any issues, you approach me. Okay, ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರು approach ಮಾಡಿ, ನನಗಂತಲ್ಲ, ಸಂದೀಪ್ ಸರ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. Otherwise, you can take the help of YouTube. YouTube ನೋಡೋದೇನು ತಪ್ಪಿಲ್ಲ. You can go through the YouTube and you can understand the procedure for installing the software. ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ approach ಮಾಡಿ. And this is the program list. We have the program list. 12 lab assignments are there. Okay, in that three lab assignments are purely based on Java. 1, 2, and 3. So in each assignment we have as section 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, and 3B. These are all purely based on Java concepts. From assignment 4th, we will be getting what algorithm concepts. Algorithm concepts we will be implementing using Java programming language. Quicksort, Modsort, knapsack problem, Dijkstra's, Quizquel, ella bartagutte. So these are all DAA lab assignments. Okay, as I said, from 1 to 3, it's purely based on Java. So Java concepts. Okay, so let's take the first A lab assignment. First one in that A. The first one in the case simple lab assignments. Simple. This is a stack lab assignment. You already worked on it. Okay, in data structure. So that is this part. We need to implement by using Java. And before that, we have one lab assignment. This is 1A. So what exactly we need to do here? Let's go through the statement. We need to create a Java class called student with the following details as variables within it. Understand? So student variables and the data members with respect to C++. Okay, same approach. We'll be having data members in it. We'll be having member functions in it. Everything we're going to have in the same approach as C++. No difference ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು C++ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So we'll be having what data members and member functions. Okay. We need to have what all these as a members. That is data members in this class. The class name is called what? A student. Okay, student with the following details as variables within it. So now you need to tell me now what is the type of these things. Data type for USN. What is the type you will take for this data? String. Okay, for this name it's a string. Okay, for this program it's a string. In the course CSC, ISC, then we have phone number. For this we can take a long. Okay, long anta ide ondire long int anta ಹೇಳಿ. So we can take that one. Ilva int ಅಂತಲೂ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. Long anta ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ we can give out a 10-digit number. Understand? We need to have what these things as a data members in it. Then after this one, we need to write a Java program to create n number of student objects. Focus on this one. We need to create n number of student objects. We will start with only one student. One the student we discuss mana. Then we will convert that to n number of student objects. Okay, I will do that one later. And the thing here, we need to create n student of objects and print the USN name, program, and phone number of these objects with suitable headings. So suitable headings ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಲ್ಲ, ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ attributes name ಬರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಈ ತರ. So we will be having what the attributes. Okay, attributes ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Attributes ಕೆಳಗಡೆ we should get what values, records. So what and all the attributes we have USN. Okay, we have a name, we have program. Okay, then we have phone number. So this is the attribute. ಈ ತರ attributes ಬರಬೇಕು. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. 1 by first student record, second student record, third student record. Like this. Understand? So in order to display the content, the first thing here we need to have we need to read. So here we need to mainly have two functions with us. First one is read as a member function, and one more function we need to have, it is called what, display. So with the help of this display function, we will be displaying the content in the table form. Understand? So two member functions and four data members. We need to have what, all these things with us. So now anyone, can you give me the class definition with the help of all this? So ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈಗ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಒಬ್ರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಐ ಕೀಪ್ ಆನ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್, ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಬರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನೇ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ here we have a class. So the name of a class is student. Below we have the members. Okay, then we need to have what, two member functions. One is read, okay, and one more function we need, it is said to be what, display. Okay, and along with that we need to have what, main method ಬೇಕು ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ. So we'll write the whole thing here. Focus carefully. If you get anything as doubt, you stop me and we'll discuss about those things. Okay, so start mana. We have I have to write the class first. I will write the class. Class. Okay, what is the class name? The class name is here, it's a student. The class name, it's a student. Okay, so I need to keep everything as public in Java, so we'll keep it as public class student. Then inside this one we need to have these members. We need to have these members. So let me have the members. First one, it's a USN. Okay, then I need we'll use comma separator itself, comma within same type is that USN. Then we need to have a name. Then we need to have a program. Okay, we'll get PGM. Then we will be having what, the phone number. So this is phone. I will separate it because it's of different types. So all these are of type string. This is of type string, well, a string. When I come to phone, so it's a long int. So we have the data type called long. So that's it. So we have class student, and now under this one we will have what, member functions. Okay, so we'll get the member functions. We need to get three member functions in this one. More big. Okay, we will get those things here. So first one, let it be as two things. One, the void read. This is a function, read function. So here we need to read. So we need to read what, all these things. Then I will get one more function, void display functions. Okay, so one is for reading and one more is for display. Got it? Okay, so we'll close class. So that's it. Understand? So no need to have your semicolon while closing the class, as we are done in C++. So we have read and we have display. And after this one, in order to execute all these things, okay, we need to have a main method. We can have that main method in the same class. But as we have here member functions, so alle member function itಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So I will do one thing. I will get the main method in separate class. Okay, I will write the main method public. Okay, public static void main. This is the void main. So I will continue with this main here. String or guest. Okay, this is the thing. So I have this main method, but where exactly I need to store this or place this main method? Remember, Java, it's a complete object-oriented programming. Okay, language. Java, it's a complete object-oriented programming language. It means here, whatever the things you will get in the program, everything it should be under class. Class alle irbeku. But in C or in C++, it's not like that. If you have class, we can write what the main method outside the class. ಈ ತರ ಬರಿಬೋದಿತ್ತು. But ಜಾವಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So we need to have what main method also in one class. Okay. So I will say this class name is my student. Understand? I will say this class name is my student. It's also public. Understand? So now here like this we need to create part 2 class. I have not discussed about anything as a definition. ಈ definitions ಏನು ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರೆಯೋಣ. So focus carefully. Right now we have 2 class. ಎರಡು class ಇದೆ. This is the first class. Okay. This is the first class. What is the name of the class? It's a student. And here we have the second class. What is the name of the second class? It's a my student. And observe carefully the definition of class student and my student. Class student, it's having the members, data member is there. Then we have the member functions. This class my student, it's having the member function by the name called main. Okay, so now I need to create the source file. ಈಗ ನಾನು source file create ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. But as I said, whenever you're creating a source file, the source file name should be same as a class name. Understand? So observe ಮಾಡಿ, statement listen ಮಾಡಿ. So whenever you're creating a source file, okay, that source file name should be same as a class name. Understand? So, but here we have 2 class. We have class student and class my student. So which class name we will give the source file name? We have class name. So we have student and we have my student. So which class name we will give for the file name? What's a file? I will create new file. Okay, but what is the new file name? What is the name of the file name? I think I said in the earlier case itself. The class name, whatever the class name is there, that class name will be taken for the file name. But ಯಾವ class name ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ? Now tell me. So what should be the file name now? Because we have 2 class here. ಎರಡು class ಇದೆ. We have class student and we have class my student. So what is the name of the file? Whether the name of the file is student or my student? Anyone? Anyone quickly? So now I will create a new file. So I will go to source. Observe here. Cursor ನೋಡಿ, mouse cursor, source, right click, new, then class. So here it's asking for the class, that is name of the file. Again now class name ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, it will be taken for the name of the file. So what is the name I'm supposed to give here? ಏನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು? So I'm supposed to give the name as student or my student. Any one class name I'm supposed to give, but which one I'm supposed to give? Whether it's a student or my student. Okay. Remember, if you have the situation like this, from multiple classes idre, the name of the file, it should be same as the class which is having the main method. So ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ main method ಇದೆ? So in which class we have the main method?
My student.
In which class we have the main method? Tell me, anyone?
My
Whether we have in
student.
student or in my student? It's there in my student, right? My student only there. So the file name, it should be same as what this class, not this class. Why? Because we have main method in this my student. So that's why we have to give the name here. The my name should be my student. MYSTUDENT. Don't give here the name as student. So yeah, ಕೊಡಬಾರ್ದಂತ ನಾನು ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. So you should be careful. And I will select what it should be there in this my student class. We should get what public static void main, then finish it. Okay, so then finish it. So this is a new file. You can see here in source parent file. One is hello and one more is my student. We can also see in src we have hello.java and my student Java. So what exactly we have in my student Java right now? We have this. Okay. So what exactly we need to define in this my student? We will talk about that later. So before that, let me have the same scenario in my source code file ID. Okay. So let me have this thing. So I will create a new class, public class, and we'll give the class name as student. So here we'll get the members. Okay. So in and like members, we have to have a string. Okay. We need USN, then name, and we need the program. So all these are as a string. Then we need phone. Okay, the phone should be of type long. Long in. Understand? So that's it. For public. Okay, I will remove this problem. So this is the thing. Class student. So then we need to have two member functions. One is read. Then I need one more method, hide display. Okay, so these things I'm supposed to have. This is all about the skeleton. Understand? So ready this is student. Now I need to define read, and I need to define display, and here also I need to define main method. So let's define read. So in read method, I need to read what all these members, and in display method, I need to display all these members. Step. Read ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲ display ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So in order to read, I need to take the help of a scanner. So I will import the package java.util .scanner. I have scanner now. So now I'll create scanner object as one member. Also member has created. Yes, a new scanner. Okay, and here we'll get string.in. Okay, so now this S is also acting as one of the member. So now by using that, we will be reading the members system.out. Okay, system.out. Internet. I'll display one message here. So enter student USN. Okay, name, program, okay. Then also a phone. Got it? So these things I'm supposed to read. So I've given the message. So we have this with us. So after this one, we'll keep on reading the members one by one by using what this scanner object. So first one I will read the USN. In order to read USN yes dot string is in the next one. Okay. Then we have name. So name is also a string, right? So name yes dot next. Then we have a program. Okay, PGM. Keep it as PRGM. PRGM is equals to s dot next. Then we have phone. So phone it's long. So s dot next long. Okay. So this is the thing. So now we are able to read. We're able to read. It's not string. It's actually system. System.in. Import string. We just write the record. So after this one, we need to display. In order to display, so we can have what a proper menu. So I'll get this menu in the main method. So what and all we need to display? We need to display system.out.println. Println. We need to display name USN. I need to display USN first. USN. Then I need to have USN under name. I need to display these data members. To display it properly. USN. Then we will have one tab space. Contact must present. Then name. Then again one tab space. And after this one, we have to display variable called grgl. And after this one tab space. Okay. Then I will display name. Sorry, phone. Understand? So these are all data members. USN, no? So USN, name, PRGM, then phone. Understand? So we are displaying it in the form of a tab. ಅದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಅಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತ ಅದೇ ಥರನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So that's it. We are done with what read. Okay. Then we have done with what display. And now I will do one thing. I'll also comment this. I use this thing in the main method. So, message alla kana ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. So read, then display. So coming to main method, in order to access these members, read and display with respect to this class, okay, in main method we need to create object for that class. Student st is equals to new student. So this is the approach we are supposed to use in Java. We have done it in C and C++ also. ಅದೇ ಥರನೇ ನ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ C++ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್. Student st is equals to new student. We need to create object in Java like this itself. So after this one, you call the method st.read. Okay, then st.display. Okay, that's it. So yeah, before reading this message, so we'll remove this message. Okay, and we'll place here. This is the message. Okay, enter student USN name, program, phone, then read. In read, we are going to read all this. Then coming to display, here I'll display the menu. So there is the title. Title and display ಮಾಡana. The title it should have what only attributes. Attributes ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ ತರ ಅಂತ tab space, nasty ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಬರಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Nasty. Okay. And after this one, we will have one line, horizontal line. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಬರಲಿ system.out.println. So now we will have one horizontal line like this. Understand? So below that line, now we will be getting what on this elements display. Display and the display. Am I clear? It's a very simple Amazon right now. One is that ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮುಗಿಯುತ್ತೆ. Java.util scanner, then class student, we have the data member, we have scanner object, and this is read and this one is display. And coming to my student, in that we have main method. There we have created object for student. Then we have called read and display. Okay, so we'll save it. I will run. And it's been compiled successfully and it's been executed. So compilation agide successful agi antandre ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. In bin we will be having what both the classes, my student ಮತ್ತು student ಎರಡು create ಆಗಿದೆ. So we have here, then I will read the things. I will get the USN 4JN 16CS001. So USN, then name, okay, then program CSC, then phone number, something like this. That's right. And this is the output. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಇದು ನೀವು ಅಲೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಲಾಶ್ ಟಿ ಒಂದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಇದು ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್. Am I clear? So now here we are able to get what one student record. Only one student record. So in the same way, if I ask you to maintain two student records, ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ how exactly you can do that? So this is for reading one student record and displaying. So if I ask you to maintain two student records, ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ how exactly you can do it? Anyone? To make it fast, we are about to end this program. What you can do? We have created object. With the help of that object, we are able to read one student record and display. If I ask you to read two student records and display two student records.
New student.
I need to create what new student. That means what I need to have one more new object, right? Okay, ಹೊಸ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ತರ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು st1 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Okay, then after this one, in order to read one student record, we'll copy and paste. Okay, understand? Enter ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. Enter first student USN. Enter second student USN name program. But here while calling it st read and here st1 not read. And here while displaying the record, we need to display the record row by row. ಒಂದು ರೋ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರೋ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. st.display ನ ಇದನ್ನ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ 1 ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. Next, so here our intention is to read two student records. For that we have two objects, st and st1. Then we have read and we are displaying it. Okay, so we'll save it and run it. Okay, so here we have the message. Enter first student. Enter first student USN name. All those things. Let me enter. Jane 16CS001, name as AAA, then we have the program as CSC, and then we have a phone number, something like this. Then enter second student record. I'll give 4JN 16CS002. Okay, then USN add-on, then name, then program CSC, then the phone number. Understand? And when I say display, we will be getting the output like this. It's in a proper format. I can tab ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು. So this is the thing we are supposed to get. Okay, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? So this is all about what reading two student records. But if you come to our statement, program statement ಬಂದಾಗ we have the statement here like this. Write a Java program to create n student records, that is n student objects. N student records and n student objects create ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. And we need to print what the USN name, all those things. Okay, so my question is in the same way. If I ask you to maintain one more record, what you will do? So right now I have to. If I ask you to maintain one more record, what you will do? Bigger.
Create another object.
We will create one more object, right? In the same way, if I ask you to maintain 100 records, what you will do? Will you create 100 objects? That's another question. No? If I say in this right moment, we have two student records. If I say create one more student object, we can create what? One more student record and one object create ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. But if I talk in a real situation manner, like maintaining 100 number of students record or maintaining 1000 number of students records, will you create 100 separate objects like this one by one, or will you create 1000 number of student objects one by one like this one character one? itara ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
Sir, we will use condition loop. Condition loop use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ 100 students ಆದ್ರೆ.
ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. we need to have the new concept. That concept it is said to be array of objects. Okay, so ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅರೇ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅರೇ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ we need to create what array of objects. Understand how to create array of objects? When I say array of objects, we can have n number of objects here. For example, if I wish to have what array of objects for 3 students, so I can have what array of objects like this. That's it. Okay. So what is the meaning of this one? Tell me. What is the meaning of this statement? I think you guys have observed what exactly I made a change here. Is the thing itself. So what exactly I made, in order to convert this as an array of object, I have placed square bracket here, and here also I have removed this off. Instead of this, I have placed square bracket and placed. So now, what is the meaning of this?
We have created the student ST object as a array with number 3
As a size, correct. So the thing is here, we are creating array of objects by the name called ST of size 3. It means we can maintain or we can directly deal with 3 objects separately. So ಹೆಂಗೆ access ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it's same as what accessing with help of indexing. Okay, so indexing array ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮಗೆ, array indexing ಅದೇ ತರನೇ ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, access ಮಾಡೋದೆಲ್ಲ same. So exactly we can access. So if you have array of object, observe carefully here. If you have array of object, let me take the same situation. Student, I'll take st of is equals to new student space constant ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ of 3. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ. So now how to access the record with respect to first student? ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, it's easy. st of 1 dot read. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಅದೇ ತರ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ st of 2 read. And in the same way, if you wish to access one more student record, st of 3 ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇದು ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಬರೋದು. ಮತ್ತೆ st of 4 ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ, ಎರರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, because we have the size as 3. And after this one, if you wish to display the student records, we can display st of 1 dot display. Understood? In that way, 2 then 3. Let's see. So now I will show here in the program. In order to read 3 student records with the help of this array of object, I have shown how to create array of objects in Java. So now in order to read those 3 student records, st1 of read. So now this is st2 of read. Then I will just copy this and paste here. And make this as 3 third student. Here I make this as a 3. Okay. And while displaying, we need to display like this: st of 1, st of 2. One more this. ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ so let's say we'll build some error, cannot invoke student read because yes. So here one more important thing you need to observe. Error observe ಮಾಡಿ. What is the error we have here? The error is that we have exception in the runtime error. What is the error here? It's not having the memory for st of 1. So st of 1 ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. st of 2 ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. st of 3 ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. So in order to allocate the memory for array of objects, okay, array of objects is a memory allocate ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ we need to use what one statement ಬರೀಬೇಕು. So st of 1 is equals to a new this is the thing we are supposed to do explicitly in Java. Otherwise, it won't say that. It will say that we are not having memory for storing the value. A record in store ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ memory ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. So this thing we need to do explicitly in Java. Then ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ added thing. STI of 3. A new student. An added thing ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. We need to allocate the memory. It's only declaration, somewhat like a declaration. More object ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, but ಆ ಮೂರು object in memory ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. In order to allocate the memory separately, we need to do like this. Understand? So then this error will be vanished automatically. Okay, now error ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. This is the thing. Then we have index 3, it's out of bound. Yes, we have the indexing from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Java the Lalando. We have indexing from 0 in Java. 3 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, but indexing should be from 0, 1, 2. ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದೆ, ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಹೇಳೋದು ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. So we'll save and then we'll run. This is the thing. Okay. So we have here enter first student USN. So we'll enter the first student USN 4Gen16CS001. Then AAA. Then I will give CSC. Then the phone number. Then the second student record 4J16CS002. Then I will give the name. Then the program CSC, the phone number. Then third student record 4J16CS003. Then CCC. Then the phone number. Understand? So we have program for the done a mistake. Done a mistake here. Program for Lina, immediately I have given the phone number. So that is the mistake I done. So error also. Anyway, I will run once again quickly. 4Gen16CS001. Then name I will give. Then the program CSC. Then the phone number. Okay. Then second student 4J16CS002. Then name. Then the program. Then we have phone number. Then enter third student. So 4J16CS003. We'll use name. Then we'll use the program. Then the phone number. And the neat for error for the Understood? So this is the thing we have here with us. Okay. So now again coming back quickly. So how many number of students we have created here? There because we need to make it as a n. I need to make it as n. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಬೇಗ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. How many number of student objects we have created with the help of array? It's 3, right? Alva. So now if I want to make it as n number of student objects, ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ can I make it as a simplified one? ಇದು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ರೀಡ್ ಇದಾವಲ್ಲ. Can I make it as a simplified one? ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ನಾನು? ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಈ ತರ ಬರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ can I get it in a simplified version? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ if I have student 100 ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ, if I have it as 100, I need to have one ST of 3, ST of 4 till ST of 99. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ST of 99 ತನಕ, ಮತ್ತೆ ST of 99 ತನಕ. Can I make it as a simplified one?
Using for.
Good. So now I will make it as a simplified version using for int. ಸಾಕು ಇಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. For int I is equals to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. Understand? So now here we'll remove these statements. It's where so I will generalize it. So in order to generalize, I will just use what I. So generalize my problem. Understood? So I will show for only 3 student records. I mean, ಎಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸಾಕು ಇಷ್ಟೇ coding. So here also same thing. I will use for. Okay. We will use for. Understand? Then insert this for. We will get only one set. Only one set. Only one set is sufficient. Okay. system.out.println enter ಅಂತ ಇದೆ enter and I will replace this 1 by I plus 1 I plus 1 ಯಾಕೆ I plus 1 ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ why I made it as I plus 1
So because the index is starting from 0.
0 okay so I'm just generalizing it enter I plus 1 student USN name program phone and here I will make it as I so now I can eliminate this thing okay. And here also same for okay that for correct remove this part okay you can follow ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ so that's it it's been simplified now with the help of a for loop understand so simple ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ this is for allocating the memory this is for read purpose and this is for execution that is display okay so the output will be in the same way okay ಏನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ now I will read for only 2 student records ಎರಡೇ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ so in this case I need to make it as 2 understand I want to read for 2 student records we'll save it and we'll run so automatically it will be giving a message so enter 01 ಅಂತ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ okay make it as that the thing with us okay it has space ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಂಡು move ಮಾಡಿ now we have got so here I will read only 2 student record because of this one so 2 yeah so I will do the input focus carefully we will wind up shortly 41016 CS 001 then name then we have branch we have phone number then second student record 1416 CS 002 we have a name then we have a program then that's it so this is the thing it's with respect to what 2 student records with respect to array of objects in the same way if we used to have what 100 number of student records we can have what 100 okay but now we will focus on the problem statement we are not supposed to create what 2 3 or 100 number of student objects it should be what n ಅಂತ ಇದೆ so how to make it as for generic ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು generic ಆಗಿ we should read what n number of objects so how to do that one ಯಾರಾದ್ರು
I less than
pardon it's very simple I need to take what variable called n ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ okay then we need a scanner object here scanner I will say this as s1 new scanner okay so new scanner and then system.in why I have taken scanner object here because whatever the scanner object we have in this student class it is a member of this ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು because I need to read the value for n okay for that purpose I have a scanner object here by the name called s1 then I will do one message system.out.println okay println here I will give enter number of students okay I'm just reading enter number of students then I will read the number of students to this variable called n so n is equals to s1 dot next date understand ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಇನ್ನು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ so I have taken n for reading n number of objects variable then I have scanner object so s1 then I have given the statement enter number of students then I have a value in this n Okay, so now after this one, it's a very simple approach. Wherever we have this thing, okay, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು n ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫಾರ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ n ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿ 2 ಅಂತ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಡಿ ಇಷ್ಟೇ. This is your labs ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So now this is the program which is able to read n number of student records because of this n number of array of objects. Okay, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So we'll save this. We'll save this and we'll run. So run ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. It's asking for number of students, so we'll give the number of students as 3 and focus carefully. I have not given anywhere as 3, ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, n ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. So I have given as 3. So it's asking for the first student USN, so 4J 16CS001 AAA CSC and the phone number. Then the second student, okay, 4J 16CS002 BBB CSC phone number. Then third student 4J 16CS003 then CCC then CSC then phone number. Understood? So that's it. So it is your first A lab assignment step. So ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಏನಾದರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ವೇ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ರಿಪೀಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನರ್ ಫಾರ್ reading the input. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. This is all about the class student members, data members. So it is also going to act as a data member now. Okay, then this is a read member function and this is the display. Then we have one more class called my student. In that we have the main method. Then we are reading number of student records with the help of intent, then the scanner, and with the help of this statement. It is for read n value. Then after that we are allocating creating array of objects. Then we are allocating the memory for those n objects with the help of this one. Then this is the for loop for reading and this is the thing for display. Understood? So it's all about our first A lab assignment. It's ಸಾಕು ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ. So we have done it. Creating a Java class called student with our following details. Then we have written a Java program called created n student objects and printed all these things with suitable heading. We also given the heading. Okay, so heading is a normal. We have that heading part. Okay, so that's it. It's about our first A lab assignment. Doubts either clarify ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. And the task for you is that you have to install Java and Eclipse. ಎರಡು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. You need to execute and you have been assigned an assignment in classroom. ಒಂದೇ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸಂದೀಪ್ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ. ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯು ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಯುವರ್ಸ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು ಯಾರ್ದು ತೊಗೊಳ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿಫೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಟೂಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು you can do the thing. So after getting the source code with a proper approach, error illade ittaga execute ಮಾಡಿ and you get the snapshot of that result. Snapshot ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. So for each and every lab discussion you need to upload 2 assignments. One is source code and one more is a snapshot result. Results of snapshot and it will be verified. Verification ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. It will be done by your one of faculty member or verify ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So verification ಮಾಡಿ if it is okay then marks will be allocated. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So it's a direct approach to allot the CIE for you. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆರ್ತಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಆರ್ತಿ ಮೇಡಮ್
ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅವ್ರ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಅವರು ಅದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಚೂರು ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಡೀಟೇಲ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ.
ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Fine. Students, it's all about today's lab session. So if you have anything as doubt, you approach me through private WhatsApp message in the group ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ issues ಅನ್ನು ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, so that's it. Before winding up this session, I'm supposed to give the attendance. So once I have attendance, once I drop the message. Okay. But ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ attendance ಕೊಡಿ, and those are given the attendance just leave. Arti madam, leave it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, madam.